Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan here, and today, tactical analysis, we're going to be discussing the secret 3-box-3 formation 3-4-3, why the double W formation actually is very suitable to the Liverpool squad this season. As you can see, 3-4-3 is a very Dutch system, by the way. Is it a coincidence that we got so many Dutch players from the Orangey squad? Van Dijk, Gakpo, Gravenberch. Even the Dutch hockey team plays this way. We have assembled the likeliness of the Liverpool squad right here in front of us. I've color coded them to make them obvious what their role is in the squad. I've had some comments around appreciating the tactical analysis that I'm providing, but they wanted to see a visual representation. So here we are, without further ado, starting with goalkeeper, Alisson Becker. Looking mighty fine in the green, if I do say so myself. Our favourite anime weeb, Ibu Kanate. A rock at the back, Van Dijk. Cheeky chappy Scottish lad, Robbo. Wunderkind, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Looking pretty in pink, sexy Szoboszlai. Alexis is majestic McAllister. Man Mountain Beefcake, Wataru Endo. Egyptian King Mo Salah. Colombian Wiz Lucho Diaz. And Agent of Chaos, Darwin Núñez. Of course he lights up. We're just going to set them up now. And this is what you typically would expect to see from the Liverpool lineup. You've got a flat back four, Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Endo holding the midfield, two attacking eights, McAllister and Szoboszlai, two wingers, Lucho Diaz and Mo Salah, Darwin Núñez causing chaos up front. We know that in this system, your classic 4-3-3, that Robertson and Trent can push up, centre-back split, Endo can drop in as the third centre back as well. Then you have overload down each of the wings. You have your little triangle between Diaz, Robertson, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Salah. Núñez can go into either pocket, either direction. Wherever the overload is, you try to whip it into the back post, usually from the right hand side. The ball gets whipped in and overload Diaz, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Núñez in and around, and that's how you play your 4-3-3 system with your three centre backs holding tight. Now the flaws in this system are particularly obvious if you have Endo or whoever patrolling this system. The opposition can overload the offensive half space here, especially trying to get players in and behind. What they're going to try and do is break your line and get a player in and behind the fullbacks. But this season we've seen more of a shift towards Konate, right-sided centre-back, Endo, Trent, Van Dijk, Robertson, forming the 3-box-3 formation. And why is this? Well, with the help of my friend Unkotan. Oh, Salah, you're not allowed to go yet. Let's explain the benefits of this formation. So what we actually have here is two Ws that work very well in tandem, and you kind of split the midfield into defensive and offensive transition. In the offensive transition, it's very obvious what you have. The defensive midfield quadrant is very self-explanatory. It's a solid unit here blocking all passing lanes. You've got mobile quick defenders, Konate channeling in the right, Van Dijk central quick, and Robertson covering spatially aware in the left hand side. Endo creates that creative shield and barrier, moving around, becoming a pest to allow Trent the freedom to ping the ball around. The most common place that people lose the ball is in the central third, and here's the most dangerous as well because it invites pressure straight onto your back line, so you don't want to do that. This formation bypasses that dangerous area and creates two types of play. You've got your defensively responsible area here, and then you've got your offensive line here. And the beauty of this is you can isolate training practices just to get the situation where you have 5 in your triangle here. And you'll note 2 triangles here provide an absolute nuisance to defend against, as well as that lateral horizontal pass option as well to invert into the other triangle. But by playing this system, not only are you defensively solid and responsible to prevent breaks as well, you're eliminating the most dangerous quadrant to lose possession and have your players in the key offensive positions to cause absolute havoc. And when you have players like Trent and Van Dijk who can ping the ball to the player of the respective overload, it's an absolute recipe for success while minimizing dangers if it turns out badly. Additionally, when you're at home and you don't necessarily need that enforcer in midfield to break up the play, if you put McAllister in this position and put someone like Curtis Jones, now you have the ability to ball play with the short balls through the lines as well as the long balls from Trent and Van Dijk, which is why you see McAllister holding position more often than not in Klopp's formation, because McAllister can thread the ball as well as being defensively responsible in this particular shape, because in this system it's the shape, the formation and the assistance of each other that's more important than the personnel. Obviously the personnel have their defensive attributes and individual qualities, but McAllister or even a Thiago have the ability to break the lines and get the ball to this front five much more efficiently. And when you have a player like Jones who can hold the ball for days in this offensive quadrant here, that is absolutely menacing. And for example, if you were to interchange this with a Gakpo, none of this front five in control of the ball is very likely to lose the ball and turn over the ball very easily. So with that, you can push all of the team further up. And absolutely pin the opposition in, which is a key attribute, a key factor in the philosophy of Pep Lijnders and Jurgen Klopp. They've been working on this all season, for many seasons now, but just finding the right shape to effectively do this may be the one. Similarly, in this kind of system, when the players drop back, if you're overloaded in the wide areas, it becomes this sort of formation here, where you have the triangle, the triangle, the triangle. This is the triangle. This is total Dutch philosophy here, where every single area of the pitch should have a passing triangle, allowing you to generate all angles of play. And there's no obvious passing lanes the opposition can block, because if they were to block the direct route to a particular player, you have the straight route as well, which breaks through the lines. And that is absolutely devastating. Does it like to build up through the centre? You don't necessarily have to drop your wing backs that far. The central area can become an absolute congested monstrosity. If you played Gakpo, for example, Gakpo could drop to the top, and then you have this sort of devious formation here, which you're trying to slide rule the ball into one of your front fast two. Somewhat similar to how we sucker punch Chelsea. Ball into Salah, slide in Nunes. Congested in midfield, limit their chances. You have the concept of this W here, which formed very neat triangles. So between you have the passing lanes, horizontal, diagonal, and diagonal. Similarly on this side, diagonal, diagonal, and horizontal as well. So this transition here allows you in training to create your group of 5 against opposition 5 defenders. If you're thinking 4 defenders, and a defensive midfielder, it's 5 on 5, and you've got neat little triangles here to interwork with each other. You've got a central triangle, an inverse triangle, and an inverse triangle, as well as the horizontal options as well. I hope this short video gives you insight into why the Dutch double W 3-4-3 3-box-3 formation could be truly effective. We won't always start in this formation, but it seems to be during the course of the game we transition to this model because it really protects our ass if we get turned over. And also, with those 2 Ws in position, it's very hard for the opposition to break us down, and on the offensive play as well, we have the personnel to do some real true damage, especially ball players like Thiago, Trent Alexander-Arnold, McAllister, and a workman-like midfield able to bunch and congest it when necessary, as well as interlink with the attacking third and the defensive third. It's a thing of beauty really. The Dutch had it spot on. Create all those passing lanes. Next, I'm going to discuss why this transfer window was a big win, and do we now have the squad to really compete for the title and many trophies on many fronts? I believe we do. We have multifaceted midfielders who can fit many functions in that midfield, in offensive and defensive transitions, as well as tactical awareness. It's looking good, Reds. It's looking very good. By the way, Japan is really known for its fish. It's sushi, it's sashimi. I'm not a big fan of fish, but I really like this fish. What fish is this? Taiyaki fish. Woot, 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 woot. This is some kind of like pastry fish, kind of some chewy mochi inside. Oh my god. I had custody soup cream inside. Whoa. Love fish. Love this fish. If you enjoyed this video, a bit of fun and tactical analysis all together in one from Miyazaki Man Life in Japan, make sure to like this video. It really helps me beat the algorithm to get this video seen on the front page. Also in the next suggested. Subscribe if you haven't already. Oh my god, that fish is good. It's called taiyaki, by the way. Good festival food as well, and festivals are really popular in Japan. I'll tell you all about Japan in future videos too. Thank you for following. Comment below what you think of this formation, this innovation from Jurgen Klopp and the Reds. And until next time, Miyazaki Man, Ichiban, peace. Sayonara.